All right, very serious story here. Between Thanksgiving and New Year's, it's the biggest concentration of DWI crashes, people dying and people getting hurt, all because of drinking and driving. That is from the National Department of Transportation. It says about 1/3 of all drivers arrested or convicted of drunk driving are repeat offenders. That means it's not their first time. Here with me now is Ben Lewinger, State Executive Director of MADD here in New Mexico. Good morning, Ben. Thanks for coming in and talking about a very serious problem. New Year's Eve is coming up, and even just this weekend before it, how much drinking and driving do you guys see on the road?
New Year's Eve is the absolute deadliest day for drunk driving crashes in New Mexico and in the country. So we see it a lot.
On just one night.
And you previously mentioned repeat offenders, but what we do know is that people who get popped for their first DWI, it's usually the 80th time that they've actually driven while intoxicated.
Wow, the 80th time. So what you're saying is that these people who drive drunk, it's very rarely a one-time thing, a one-time mistake that they make.
Right. So we talk a lot about repeat offenders. We were just talking about how someone can get their 10th DWI and still be on the road. Yeah,
that goes to a gentleman in Santa Fe who rolled an SUV. Police say it was the 11th time he's been arrested for DWI. I think in this case he blew like a .20 or something, which is 1.5 times the legal limit, 2.5 times.
It's outrageous, but what we see with repeat offender or with first-time offenders is that they've actually driven drunk several times before. So the problem is bigger than we even know about.
All right, what we're saying here and what you all with MADD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, are saying is it's not don't go out and have a good time or stay in and have a good time. It's just be responsible. So what are some, and it's particularly on a big holiday like New Year's, there are a lot of ways to get home with you, even in your car, very easily, very cheaply. Let's go over those.
So I have a list, so I'm going to go quick.
Yeah, please.
The first thing you can do is designate a non-drinking driver. That's what we've heard over and over again.
Yep.
You can save.
You know, and if you want to be the designated driver, here's what I always do. I make money off my friends.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, if I'm not going to go out, or if I'm going to go out and not drink, you're going to pay me.
Right. Or make sure that they get you the next time that you go out.
Yeah. Take turns. That's a great idea, too.
You can download the NDWI app. The New Mexico Department of Transportation has a great app that has all the phone numbers, all the safe ride programs by county right there in your phone. So these are all things that we want you to do before you go out. Don't wait until you're there at the party and it's time to go home and you need to find a way home right now. You need to be proactive and take a little bit of time and plan before you actually go out. You can plan to spend the night out so you don't need to drive home. But you know, above all, just don't get in the car with someone who's been drinking and driving. Don't drink and drive yourself. If we today made the commitment, you and me and everybody in the studio and all the viewers at home, if we made the commitment to not drink and drive New Year's Eve, we could potentially save dozens of lives in New Mexico.
Right, and the consequences, even if you don't, and we hope to God that you don't get into a crash and hurt or kill somebody, just the cost to you if you get caught by the police or sheriff's deputies for drinking and driving, you're really going to regret it. I mean, these are thousands of dollars you could end up paying in court costs, lawyers' fees, and all that, plus the hassle of going through all this.
Right, tens of thousands of dollars, but the real consequence is potentially injuring yourself, injuring a loved one, injuring somebody else on the road. So DWI is a violent crime. It's the only violent crime that doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care whether you're a man or a woman, how old you are, what part of town you live in.
And how you grew up, anything like that.
DWI, anybody can be affected, and lots of people are, and it's one of the only violent crimes that's 100% preventable. And it's a statewide problem, and it's going to take a community-wide effort to fix the problem.
You said right there, I loved what you said, it's 100% preventable. Think about it before you go out, and have a safe and a happy New Year. Ben, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate it. It's great advice and a great reminder. As always, for more information on all of this, you can head to our website, casa.com, and stick around.